Today we're talking about some basic glassware for your cocktail making needs. Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host Derrick Schommer. Today we're going to look at some basic glassware. Well, let's start with the most ultra basic stuff that I think everybody can recognize. This is called a shot glass. Everybody's seen a shot glass, right? Usually a thick bottom for slamming, anywhere between 30 ml, 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces. This size is a 2 ounce. It's a trick of the eye sometimes because you can get a glass just like this that's just minute, just a little bit, and probably concaved a little bit more, and it comes to 1 ounce. So sometimes you have to do a little ounce by ounce measure. Take a jigger and just see what size they come out with, because it could change your cocktail consumption needs on a rowdy night. And then there's this tiny little glass. It looks like a shot glass, right? Some people use it as a shot glass. You might have seen it on our show. Use it as a shot glass. We use it for layering. This is actually a cordial glass. It's typically used for limoncellos, sweet liqueurs, anything that is typically used for sipping in small doses. This is the Martini Glass. You're going to typically see this for martini drinks. And a martini drink isn't necessarily anymore always going to be vodka or gin with olives and whatnot. Really, today's world, a martini is anything served in a martini drink. And some people hate that. Some people don't really care. But spirit-forward drinks are what you'll typically see in there. Drinks that do not require ice, because you'll chill this down by putting a piece of ice in there and some water and get it to the right temperature. And then after that, you pretty much dump it, put your drink in there, and drink it fast enough so it doesn't get warm. The next two categories are your highballs and your lowballs. So let's just talk general glassware. Glasses that hold liquids are often known as a tumbler. They're usually the most generic name that you could possibly come up with. The highball and the lowball is another name that you use for ones that are small tumblers and then taller tumblers. But they could get broken up further than that. First you have this lowball, which is also known as an old-fashioned glass, which is also known as a rocks glass. So typically there's a few rocks of ice in there, but that really comes down to the drink specifically. If it was a Sazerac that doesn't call for ice, it's still going to be in a glass like this. It's just going to kind of ride near the bottom of it. It can also be known as an old-fashioned glass. It could be fancier, but it's probably going to be flat on the bottom, no stem. And the old-fashioned is well known for being served in an old-fashioned glass, just like a martini is well known for being served in a martini glass. There's typically two size ranges. There's the double and the single. So a single, I don't really sell the single at awesomedrinks.com where we sell this. This is the wide old-fashioned, just because I don't really think it has enough practicality. Doesn't fit as much ice. You're really going to be focused on just having a spirit-friendly drink, maybe a bourbon with like one drop of ice or a little water in it. The double is a little bit better. It's got a wide diameter so you can fit blocks of ice in there, like the king cubes from Tavolo, your own personal cubes if you're making your own the way I would do it. You could watch our clear ice video and more on that. And it creates a nice presentation. So that's the lowball, the old-fashioned, and the rocks. Anything in this category. Don't worry, don't go crazy because terminology might be different. These, that could be a chimney, it could be a highball, it could be a Collins. It's taller than a lowball, so typically the general consensus is this is a highball. It could also just be a cooler, meaning you throw stuff in it to keep it cool. Water, iced tea, lemonade, and you might have these type of things in your house that you use to serve with dinner. This one I call the big ass highball glass because it's freaking huge. This and this have two separate names. This one's called the Chicago highball because that's what the vendor calls it. It has a nice thick bottom to it, and it makes drinks present nicely. This is a Collins glass. This specific Collins glass doesn't have a bottom to it, but if you notice, there's really no specific thing that makes one the other. So you can have a highball, a Collins, or the chimney because it's looking like a chimney. So older style recipe books might say put it in a chimney glass. They might also say put it in a Collins glass. Use it interchangeably. The big difference between using something in a tall glass like this versus just a pint like this constricts your carbonation because the diameter is smaller than on a traditional glass, which means the carbonation doesn't escape as quickly. If the carbonation doesn't escape as quickly, it stays bubbly longer. And guess what? That makes for great Tom Collins, for great cocktails that call for a bubbly seltzer, a tonic. It could be great for cocktails that look and present themselves in a certain way, like grenadine on the bottom, orange juice on the top, and a tequila sunrise type drink because you're going to see a nice gradient sunrise because the constriction of where that liquid is going to go. So they tend to present themselves well. So when you're presenting your drink, it does kind of almost change the flavor. First off, it can change how much aroma comes out. This one's going to create more aroma than this one's going to. This one's not going to constrict the bubbles as much, so you're going to get a different texture in some cases. It also, by having that presentation, it gives you a different appreciation for the drink. Drinks that have nice garnishes and presented well tend to taste better just because you're psychologically seeing it that way, unless it's just a crappy drink. And lastly, you might see these called a zombie. A zombie glass is a glass that is well known for holding zombies. If you order a zombie at a restaurant and it's not coming in a tiki glass or some sort of mystery thing, it's typically going to be in a Collins or chimney style glass. So, zombies, highballs, chimneys, Collins, you've got your category. Rocks, lowball, lots of names for pretty much the same type of glassware. You can get them in different ounce sizes too. So don't think that all Collins or all highballs or all lowballs are going to have the same ounces. Pay attention. You probably want, in my personal opinion, a Collins should probably be someplace between 11 and 15 ounces. This is on the 16-ish side. This is on the 11-ish side. A lowball, I like to get anywhere from 6 to 8 ounces so that you have some room for some ice. For a martini glass, you can get them in small sizes like this. This is about a 5-ounce glass. You could get them in a 9-ounce. From my personal experience selling glassware, everybody enjoys the concept of a 9-ounce martini glass. However, when they go to purchase them, they tend to go to the 5s. And I think that's because at the end of the day, when you're serving guests, and this is the same with restaurants, if you're serving a guest a very alcohol-forward drink, giving them a little less might make it easier for them to metabolize it and get home, and a little less chance of them falling on the floor. It also conserves on alcohol. But that doesn't mean you have to restrict flavor. So in a lot of cases, smaller glasses tend to be better. Shots, I would recommend the same thing, but I also tend not to recommend shots at all. And cordials, if you're going to create something really cool and something that you really want to show off more for its presentation than its flavor, this is definitely the way to go. There you go, the basic glassware. Now, go forth and make a cocktail. We're teaching you how to drink. If you take a cranberry juice cocktail and you add, again, 1.5 ounces of vodka, 4.5 ounces of cranberry juice cocktail, like Ocean Spray, you create what is known as the Cape Codder. And nothing changes. All you